I got asked this question. In January of 2024, how do you report and block fake LinkedIn accounts? Well, the first question is, how do you know that they're fakes? A couple things that I can share with you that you may want to do, and I'm going to go use an account that sent me an invite. I am not saying that the account that I am using is a fake. However, I'm going to use this account right here only for the purposes of this demonstration. Now, how do I know it's a fake? Well, first of all, look at the messaging you get. Sometimes the messaging you get, whether it's an invite message or an in-mail message, clearly reads pretty pathetically and reads just like all the other fakes. Another thing is, look at the image that the person is using. You'll discover that there are a lot of fakes who are using the similar images, even though the images do not match the name that they're using. A lot of these images, they are not facing the camera, they're looking away from you. So there are a lot of different ways to determine someone's a fake. Also, look at the date of the account that was created. Under More, there's about this profile, and you can see when this profile was created. And if the profile was created a long time ago and there's no activity, that could be an indication that the account is either hijacked or it's a fake. So there's a lot of different things you can look at. You want to do this research pretty quickly. Do not spend a lot of time on it. If you feel the account is a fake, if you feel the account is hijacked, then report it. You're reporting what you believe. There's no law, there's no rule in LinkedIn that says you have to be absolutely right. But be deliberate, do a little bit of research before you report. Now, the next thing I do, before I report and block an account, I copy the URL to the account. I copy it, I save it in a note field, or I save it somewhere where I can get to it later. The reason why I do that is so that I can check to see, is LinkedIn really removing these accounts that I reported as fakes? So here, the next steps. How do we report and or block? It takes 2 steps. It's all under More. It's down here, report block. The first thing you have to do is you have to report it. Either report an element or report the entire profile. I typically, if I think they're fake, then I come up here and just say that's not a real account, and I hit submit. However, if you think that the account is impersonating someone or impersonating you, then select it's impersonating someone and hit submit. Now, I don't know what happens when I do that. I need to be careful. This doesn't say go to the next step, doesn't say tell me who it's impersonating. And however, I don't want to do that on this account, so I'm not going to do the next step. But I will offer that if you do impersonating someone, it is possible that the app will ask you who they are impersonating. Anyway, choose which one's the right thing to do and hit submit. Now, the next thing you have to do, unfortunately, you have to do 2 steps, is to hit More, go back to report, and now you can block this account if you want to block the account. And that will reduce the opportunity for that person to come back and bother you anymore. Saving the LinkedIn profile URL, that's fine. That's not going to cause any problem if you block them, because I can take that URL and I can go open an incognito window, and without being logged in, I can see if the account is there or not. So that's not a real big problem. I'm going to block someone if I think they are a fake, or if I think they could become a nuisance. Those are the steps. Do your validation whether or not you think they're a fake or not. And then I recommend, if you want to check to see if LinkedIn is removing those accounts, I recommend save the URL. You don't need to do that. That is a task that I like to do. And then report them and then block them. I'm Teddy, your LinkedIn strategist. I'm all about helping to keep LinkedIn clean, and I hope you can join me in that same activity.